Hey folks, Charlie Sims here with my first ever speed build. Today I am making a trailer for the sim I made in Cass, Winston Parasite. I'll link you that Cass video down below to watch, and if you do enjoy that and my other videos, please feel free to like and subscribe. As you can see, I've put that Get Famous debug trailer on the lot. Just wanted the trailer park to be a bit more full, and then my static caravan is actually in line with the others instead of facing the opposite way, which was the original EA build. That seems realistic to me. Being from England, only knowing English caravan sites. Where they're all in a uniform line rather than American trailer parks. I don't actually know what American trailer parks look like, whether they're less uniform than the English ones. But yeah, this is just me playing about with the roof. And this video is kind of experimental. I didn't plan the build out, so you can see some things that I end up trying and discarding, and then the end result, which I guess comes about in a couple of iterations. So I first make like the base caravan, and then I just decided to jazz it up a little bit because it is looking just a little bit plain. And also I do paint the walls last, which might be a bit unusual. I don't know why I paint the walls last. I just like to furnish more than anything. And picking wallpapers is just a struggle. It just takes a long time. So yeah, but it did end up looking kind of cute. Also, disclaimer, sorry if this video is a little bit jumpy. I've been having a nightmare with the PC. So I've moved from a Mac to a Dell PC so that I can record my Sims gameplay. And the capture software stops recording when I leave the Sims. So for example, when I click the Windows icon, I'm transported to my desktop and the recording automatically stops, and then it's saved locally to my desktop. And that's a problem because the Windows icon is right by the Alt key, and I use the Alt key all the time to place anything I want freely. And for some reason, probably because I'm used to keys on my Mac, I just kept accidentally pressing the Windows key. So this whole video recording is made up of like 30 something clips. Honestly, hoping that the video editing gets a bit easier than this. I think it's not going to often comprise of 30 clips. I hope that I get out of that habit, I guess, that I've formed of like naturally going to an Alt key from a Mac laptop, and it's not in the same place anymore. But I think over time, the more that I use the Windows PC, I'll get used to that. Here you can see I do put a mini fridge and a microwave, but I end up actually swapping that out for a fridge and an oven because otherwise your Sims are just like constantly uncomfortable, and we don't want that. Yeah, I think they just don't like the meals that they eat with the microwave. So yeah, I end up swapping that out, and then I'm just play testing a bit. But I do end up putting a sink in the bathroom. I was just testing that works. And I really like this lighting effect with that lava lamp. I used to have a lava lamp just like that I miss dearly. I think, yeah, I smashed it and then it just didn't have that lava effect. I was a kid. I think I just like dropped it on the floor or something. And then yeah, I'm just cluttering it up with some Strangerville decor. And then soon I start playing about with that cereal box, trying to get it on top of the microwave, which doesn't end up happening. So then I have to restart the game and install OMSP Shelf, our saviour. Because yeah, I don't have anything that I used to have on the Mac, including my mods, so I haven't got the tool either. And then I'm just cluttering up this dresser with things that Winston owns, body care products, colognes, some groovy fairground toys. They look like the weighted pins that you throw balls at to knock down in the fair. I honestly love those. I think they're really cool. I also really like building Victorian homes, so Strangerville is honestly like my favourite pack for build and buy too, as well as gameplay. Probably next to Eco Lifestyle, to be honest, which I couldn't get enough of as that released. I built so many container homes. And this is me just downsizing the booths that we all know are just far too big in The Sims. But I did test this, and your sim can still sit on that booth, so happy days. They're hovering slightly, but that's fine in my opinion. I thought the booth really suited the caravan vibes. And now I'm just cluttering up this corkboard with postcards, because I'm hoping to make Winston a frequent traveller when Snowy Escape comes out. We got the base game update yesterday, which I forgot. Lifestyles come with Snowy Escape and the sentiments come with base game. So I was playing the game thinking, I wonder what lifestyles my Sims form from how I naturally play. Probably workaholic if I were to guess, but alas, we don't get lifestyles with the update, we get sentiments. So I played with sentiments instead, and they were adorable. I did this build a couple of days ago, and I've been playing with Winston ever since. And just to bring you up to date, he's a mad scientist, and he was abducted by aliens, standard, and he got pregnant as a result of that abduction. And he's now got a son called Jeremy Parasite, who is an alien. And while he was interacting with Jeremy, aka Jezza for short, he had the sentiment adoring, which is that he thinks Jeremy is adorable and wants the best for him, which I thought was super cute. And then he started dating a sim called Elena, and Elena had the sentiment smitten. So every time she saw Winston, she got butterflies and all that. And then when I switched over to Winston, he didn't have any sentiments. And I wasn't sure if that was because I was playing Elena and not Winston, or if he's just not feeling it. But when I was playing Winston, he got the sentiment deeply connected, and so did Elena, even though I wasn't playing Elena at the time. So it will be interesting to see when I play them at the same time the sentiments they get, because we do want unrequited love in The Sims, which we don't have at the moment. But I did think at the time, oh, Winston isn't smitten. Which made me think, okay, maybe he shouldn't be with Elena if he's not smitten. Maybe he should meet someone else. Maybe he's just settling. And I like that because it drives gameplay. I think we could have more in The Sims that does that. Like the alien abduction thing, Winston was just going about his daily life as a mad scientist, freezing people, mind controlling people, making synthesizers that people didn't need or want, contacting aliens, your usual day job. And then bam, he gets abducted and has a baby, and my gameplay is changed for me. And I love that. I'm kind of lazy sometimes. I just want things to happen without having to orchestrate everything. So yeah, some more of that please, Sims team. I haven't spoken about this build at all much, but at the moment it's just a vanilla caravan before I jazz it up a bit. And this is where I start thinking about the colour schemes. I was initially thinking of going very 70s, dark browns next to light browns, before I decided to go your box standard white caravan with blue panelling, which I guess the blue panelling isn't very box standard caravan, static caravan. But yeah, I wasn't really vibing with the brown. So yeah, here are the blues. Yeah, I think out of all the lifestyles, I'm most excited for Coffee Fanatic. I really want to make a Coffee Fanatic, which is effectively like making me. Well, I mean, it would be Tea Fanatic, but coffee is the closest thing. I'm just so excited. And then now I'm making a little front garden, just cute little front garden for the trailer that's a little bit grubby, I guess, because that's what I like. I like it to be realistic, and there's not often really manicured front gardens in England anyway, so yeah, I think this fits the vibe of the trailer park. And then I'm just pulling out some more debug items. I get like a shell of a car park part even. In a minute, you'll see that shell from Eco Lifestyle it was. Here it is. And I put grass in it and make it like a bit post-apocalyptic after giving Winston a bike. Yeah, so these are the post-apocalyptic vibes. Grass inside of a car part. And I don't really think that's Winston's. I think that's his next door neighbour's. He's probably got onto the local council a few times about that. And yeah, this is me just trying to match the surrounding area, trying to match the landscape, which I like doing in my builds. And I'm also trying to do that faded grass effect, but I end up just basically removing the grass. Yeah, because in the surrounding areas it's like faded grass. And then we go to the bane of my life, which is the side of this caravan, which I end up just going back so many times in this video and trying to clutter it up. But yeah, I like the light effects. I think that's very apt. And then yeah, just put a satellite dish on the roof, because everyone watches telly. Although you don't need a satellite dish to watch Netflix. But I think Strangerville is set in the 70s. And then I'm creating a bit more detail at the front of the caravan. Ideally, this panel I end up creating at the front of the caravan wouldn't be one tile wide, but I think it ends up looking pretty cute. I decorate it with plants and other decorations, just to add that bit of detail in as well. And if you don't know how to do that, I do that by using the shift, just there, I use the shift C key, and then you can move the roofs in a lot more different ways. Instead of just making it round, you can, there's 2 extra places you can move it in, and this is when I make the panelling blue, just to make it non-white really. It was just looking like a completely white caravan, which I think is realistic, but it doesn't make for exciting builds or, you know, jazzy builds. Honestly, take a drink every time I use the word jazzy in this speed build. And here I'm just experimenting. I end up completely scrapping this weird bumper thing that I create. But I do like that extra downturn on the roof, end up keeping that. And then can you see that little sun sculpture there that I pulled out? I really like that. I wish there was more in the game. I feel like so many, or at least from my own experience in England, a lot of houses have those metal sculptures on like fences in the garden. And I really wanted to clutter up the caravan with many metal sculptures. And I end up finding a lot that I can just put on the back there. It ends up being pretty cluttered, but there's not too much. And here I'm just opening up the front garden and making it a bit more inviting and moving the fence all the way around, and then putting some generic flamingos and gnomes in the front of the caravan, which I love because it's so just typical caravan in England anyway. I don't know about America, but this is really like typical caravan home, kind of like fun. We're on holiday, because we don't tend to live in caravans in England. And then yeah, this is me trying to look for some more metal sculptures and then pulling out them butterflies and then thinking, oh, it's not really Winston's taste. But those birds are good. They're good. Not to Winston's taste, but there you go. These are the metal sculptures that I'm talking about. And I think those fish from Dine Out just fit perfectly. I like the idea of that clothesline as well, although I could have actually put an actual a functioning clothesline, but I mean, if you download this you can swap that out for an actual functioning clothesline and then put the bucket in. You probably can't fit a washing machine in this build, but yeah, you can do I guess a more eco-friendly wash with the bucket thing that you get with Laundry Day, so easily swapped out with laundry. I just liked the clothesline idea, and I end up just doing this little trick. I watched someone do this, I can't remember who it was, and I quite liked it. I thought it was nice to put like a more rustic box around those quite manicured plants. I thought it was nice bit of detailing. And then I'm just again on the struggle bus with the back of this building, which caravan, which I go back to so many times because I don't know what to put on there. I can't even remember now what I end up putting on there. Just more lights, I think. And I end up pulling out this vacuum that's actually what you use to defeat the mother plant in, but it looks like a vacuum, so I put that under the bookcase as well because I just liked that bit of detail as well. And this is just me adding some debug rocks from the debug menu. I wish we got these in the normal menu. I think they're so nice. And this is me cutesing up the front. Yes, and that's where I put all of his documents and rubbish. Again, this is all play tested, so it does actually work, even though it is quite cluttered. Yeah, and then just getting some plants out of debug, really, having a look to see what they've got. That little armadillo paper thing that looks like something else you could win in a fair, add that as well. And yeah, I think it's looking pretty cute at this point. Oh yeah, and then I decide that that ventilator is just like a bit too posh from Get Famous, so we end up with the one that I first put down. But it's all, it's all experimenting with the Sims when you're building. I really like to plan my builds out. Just because I like watching the process of other YouTubers. So I like to show you guys the progress. And then yeah, I swap out that basket, put a pipe in, just for some more, I guess, less manicured flowers. I don't feel like Winston does a lot of gardening at all, just as part of his science career, I guess. And then he probably comes back from work like, oh, I don't want to do any more gardening. Which, is fair enough. That's work. And yeah, oh, and then I put those ladders from Get Together. I love them, that little planter with the ladders, because it actually looks functional. It looks like you could take the ladder out. Oh yeah, and this is where at the time I'm thinking, oh, what can I decorate the front with? And then I decide to decorate the front with Christmas decorations, and that is because I think Winston, as a mad scientist, is very busy and he just hasn't got time to put his Christmas decorations away. So, and he also thinks they're fun, and I think he just leaves them there. And also I was kind of running out of things to put at this point, but I do think they make it look really cute. And yeah, it does, it suits Winston, I think. And I think, is this when I start jazzing up the back that still doesn't look jazzy? Oh yeah, find that air conditioning and put that in, fake air conditioning unit, because I reckon it gets very hot in Strangerville. I think there was a heat wave when I was playing with it, which is nice because obviously it's got like a kind of static weather temperature in Strangerville. Which I think, yeah, of course it does. It's not going to snow in the desert. But I like that they've also added the heat wave in with seasons. I just love seasons so much. And actually, I didn't even notice, but if you zoom out, you can actually see the whole screen is kind of moving about. Like, you can actually see the heat, which I think is really cool. And then I go back inside and I clutter this up more like it needs to be more cluttered. And I think just at the end of the screenshots, I swap that microwave and the mini fridge out for an oven and a big fridge. But I don't think, aside from that, there's not too much that changes. I might just scoot some things around when I play test it, and then I put the rustic version of that Parenthood cabinet down, which is only in blue. It's perfect in like yellow and all of the other swatches, and then blue you just get marks of where the paint is coming off. And then I add a little penguin TV, because everyone loves a little penguin TV. Then I add a backpack, and we are on to the screenshots, which is exciting. And thank you for watching my first ever speed build. If you liked this video, please hit the like button, and if you'd like to see more of my content, hit subscribe. Catch you later.